I get nothing.
No, I used to get them glazed. I used to get us.
No.
She's
exposing you.
Like during the day, he'd be like, "We gotta go to work," and I'm like, "Let's just get high."
Yeah.
She's
like, "We're not working today."
Not today. Not today.
Yeah, very bad influence, Amy.
Influence. It was so much fun though.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah, it is.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. I'm Marcus.
And I'm Amy.
And today in our studio, we have a guest that I actually conversed with a little bit on the site. She's a little bit, I'd say, older of a sugar baby.
Definitely doesn't look it.
No, she's in the studio. It's the first time we've met.
I know.
And she looks fabulous. Say, welcome, Rayanne.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Have you been on there for less than a year, right?
Yeah, it's been about 7 or 8 months that I've been on there.
What is going on? First of all, let me ask you this. Why did you sign up at this point in your life?
So, like you, I was married for a very long time. So, after that, I've been divorced 5 years now. So, I decided to do, the regular online dating that most people do after divorce.
Using what method?
So, I tried the whole Tinder and the Hinge.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh, Tinder was a mess. Like, the digital streets are horrible. So.
Now, why did you find them? Why did you find it so difficult to navigate through that?
Well, for one, when you get on those sites, there's people that have expectations of like an actual relationship. And after coming, through divorce, I don't think anyone is ready to just start learning and relearning people and their habits and their skeletons in the closet, so to speak. Mm-hmm. You just want to have fun. And then you do get you do get some people that are naturally fun and just want to hook up and do that culture. And then you get another group of people that really just want to find the love of their life.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. And it takes time and effort. And I just wasn't willing to do that right at that point. I still am not, I don't think, ready entirely. So
you were swiping right, swiping left, and you made a few matches. You're very attractive. And then you met them in person?
I did. Okay. And, I got some that just wanted to hook up, and that was fun. It was great. Mm-hmm. Strings attached type of vibes. And that's what I was like, naturally looking for. But leading up to the actual fun time, I had to go half-seas on a dinner, or I had to I had a couple of days.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I had a date one time that was like, if you pay this time, I'll pay next time. And in my mind, I'm like, there's no next time.
Oh my gosh.
So I got sick of that whole culture, and my girlfriend told me about SA and said, hey, these people will pay you to just have dinner, and you don't have to pay for anything. And if the connection's there, you can set your boundaries, and they'll respect that. They're old, some of them are older men our age. They know what it's like to not want that hookup culture. They genuinely want company. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like that for me. I just want the company.
Yeah.
Now, is your girlfriend on the site?
She was
for
about a year. And then we always call her the sugar baby turned soulmate, because she found her soulmate on that site.
It happens.
It does.
It really does.
And they
a
are
lot.
so good together. They live obviously quite well. They're well off. Mm-hmm. With him being, quite wealthy. And he's great too. If we go over, he's treating all of us. It's so nice to have a friend like that.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, I got to sign up for this program.
I was like, let me try. Let me see what this is about.
So I believe your account, you established it December of last year.
Yes.
And as soon as were you nervous?
Absolutely. I did not know what I was going to get into at all.
And your friend kind of give you some warning?
She did. And she was like, you got to set boundaries. You can't just you can't be a yes man on that site, because people will take advantage of you in so many ways. And there was a couple red flag accounts that I was like, this is sketchy. Or like we were talking earlier and I was like, some people were asking for like out of like off the wall things. And I was like, dude, I'm not comfortable doing that. I'm sorry. I don't care how many like nice vehicles you have or how much money you're willing to like cash at me or whatever. Like, I'm not doing that.
Now, have you gotten the message from the guy that wants you to put him in a box and chains and...
No.
Most girls get that.
I haven't gotten that guy.
But
I talked to somebody the other day who got
subs.
it.
I've been getting a lot of Dom subs messages here recently. Like, I mean, I was like, I don't know anything about that culture. I'm not like, it's not off the wall for me, you know, because I don't know enough about it to be like, oh my God, I can't do that. But I've been getting a lot of those lately.
Okay, so you signed up last December, and what happened?
So the first one that I got wanted me to talk to him like I was his, like he was my son, like mommy. Like that time, it was so weird. And it was so
How old was he?
He was probably in his mid-30s. And
he was a younger guy.
Wow.
I mean, I thought he was joking at first.
Instead of having daddy issues, he was having mommy issues.
And I made the mistake, and like I didn't know like this tip where there's like apps where you can hide your real phone number. So, you know, I didn't know that people were actually utilizing this. So, you know, we were texting and he was just like so off the wall for me. It was so weird. And I ended up blocking him entirely. But I was just like, this is not for me. Like, I'm not doing this.
All right. So we got off on the wrong foot.
Yeah. Wow.
And how's it gone since?
So I had one, I don't know if you've read my profile.
Yeah,
but,
I just actually reread it on the way here.
The open relationships is there for a reason, obviously. I had a bad experience with that one. So I tried one, not relationship, where I was like involved with a couple. And this couple, I don't think they were really solid with, you know, their expectations between each other with a third party. Yeah. So when I got involved.
It's got to be a lot of communication.
Right, and common understandings,
Sure.
right? I don't think that was happening. So when I got in the picture, there was a lot of jealousy and miscommunication. And then before I knew it, like I had a stronger connection with the male than I did with the female. And she was like just so not happy with that. And I was like, yo, this is not what you guys said on your site. For one, it's like misleading.
Yeah.
I don't know how new they were to that either. That's another thing. Like, you don't know really how experienced these SBs are either with, or SDs are with the sugar babies. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they were obviously really new to that lifestyle because she was so jealous, and it was so bad.
I wonder if it's a couple that you've met.
Maybe.
Did you have something happen like that?
I've had couples.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of couples.
And there's been some instances where I believe when I first met you, you had met a couple and you were very uncomfortable in that situation.
How many have you been with? A lot. Oh my gosh.
A lot. I like couples. A lot.
She's like, a lot.
Yeah, there's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I like every.
Like, I was open to it. I was 100% open to it, but like, it was just not. I don't think they were solid, you know. And when they're not solid, that makes it hard for me to be like the muse there, because if I'm getting more attention from this person, that person's getting mad, or vice versa, and it just goes downhill from there.
So you signed up for the site. You've had a guy with mommy issues, and you've had a dysfunctional couple.
Yeah.
How has it gone since then?
I mean, I have a good one right now that, you know, I accommodate. Like, I'm his like +1 to everything.
Oh,
I haven't been
nice.
intimate with him yet. We're just going places and doing things.
well, fun. So how old is he? How much older?
He's actually younger. He's 36.
Wow, you keep going for
I
these
know.
younger men.
See, and that's the thing is, like, I don't, like, I would prefer somebody my age or older on that site, but I'm always getting like these 36-year-olds. Like, the couple was like in their early 30s too.
Well, you know what?
Oh, that's why right
So
there.
crazy. Yeah, they're
why.
so new, right?
So young. Yeah.
Some of our guests and even Amy has indicated that for some reason the men on there are getting younger.
They are.
They really are.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure why. I mean, I'm not on there now, but
They are
they're-
younger.
they're younger.
I
But you've
still
definitely
see it.
noticed that it's gone from probably an average age of 40s to 50s
That's the money right there.
And they're
That's the money
solid. Like they
age,
know like the simplicity of their like that whole like relational part of them is already like settled down. They know what they want.
Exactly. That's what I mean by that's the money age.
The money
like
age.
not literally the money. I mean, like to me, that is my ideal age.
Yes.
I want
Mine
between
too,
40 and 50.
Well, I'll see lots
I will
of
do 60. I've done 60.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was cute.
Oh.
Yeah, like George Clooney.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Well, I'll look at profiles, and many of the girls in their 20s and 30s will say no men under the age of 40. I mean, they're having to put that in as a description in their profile.
They should go to Tinder. I don't know. I don't know if they're in the right site.
Which there's plenty of great men in their 30s who've maybe made some money and can treat a woman nice, but there just really is
They're just
the maturity
the young
factor.
bulls,
And
they see a herd of cattle and they run down the hill.
I think also too, like it's so normalized now with culture today. Like you've got like so many Instagram influencers that, kind of highlight this lifestyle, and TikTok is huge. I mean, I think I sent you one that this girl was like out in the open just talking about her experience, and she had no shame. Like, I'm like, honey, like, how are you gonna get a job after this?
Yeah.
It was just so bad. I don't even, I mean, it was bad. It was bad.
yeah, I showed that one to Amy about the ASU student who had an intimate moment with her professor, and she didn't know that.
No,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but she's all over this.
She's everywhere.
Everywhere
Yeah,
now.
That went viral.
That went viral. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Pee on the face girl.
Yes.
I mean, that's what she's going to be known as.
I was like, you got to get her on here. Well, let's see why she did it.
But hey, for $10,000,
$10K. But I mean, she's going to ASU. Like, how much is that going to pay for? Really?
Yeah, 10,000.
I don't think she got that much money.
I don't think she did either. I think she's maybe exaggerating quite a bit there.
That is a good story.
It is a good story, and like it's normalized. I mean, people are already like, oh wow.
Well, I guess here, like where we are,
that's true.
That's definitely more normal. You go back out east, and it's not quite so prevalent. But
yeah, she was on another level of.
She really was. That was very. I was like, wow, you're
so
gutsy.
proud.
Yeah, she definitely was. Like I don't know. Anyways, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So you've listened to our podcast.
I did, yeah.
You actually wrote notes.
I did.
I was impressed by that.
Well, because I like to tap into things that I want to be invested in it too, and I want to be like a part of it. I don't want to just be here and talk about it. I want to, know too. Like it is fascinating, that whole lifestyle of it, and you guys seem like you have a lot of experience too with the good and the bad. I've heard with you, Amy, and you that it's just there's so many different things.
Well, like you, I got divorced about 5 years ago, and I've been dating pretty hard and heavy since. So I did have some long-term arrangements. And
super long.
Yeah.
Super serious.
Yeah, one was a year and a half, and then one was 2.5 years.
Engaged?
No, not quite, but we were in.
You're really close.
We were talking about marriage. The word came up more than once.
Yeah.
But I did date enough people to kind of start figuring out what I wanted and what I didn't, and some of the tips and tricks, do's and don'ts. And that's a big reason why we started this podcast, just to have fun, have guests like you, hear stories.
Thanks, yeah.
So I know that you had a question in one of your notes. I
have it on my phone too. I think I sent you pictures.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. But one of them, you were wondering how Amy can have these sugar daddies maybe without the emotional connection, I think it was.
Let me see.
But I think you're going to find from her she does have the emotional connection.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you guys haven't listened to our guest appearance on the Great Love Debate, it just came out. And good. Amy and I discuss a lot about the lifestyle and some of the confusion or the misconceptions that it may offer. So I would encourage everybody to listen to the Great Love Debate.
It is a really good
favorite
episode.
podcast. Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
You said that you really haven't found an intimate arrangement yet, which I find that surprising. That usually happens very quickly.
Yeah, I can't. And like I was telling Amy before you got here that you can't just have like everything in one person. Like there's always a downside to somebody on that site. Like they'll either be super wealthy and just really weird and want different like wacky things, or you'll find somebody really handsome and not really be true to the whole, like, I'm the sugar daddy type thing, you know? Or you'll get somebody who is nothing like what they put on the site, and they're just like completely, like, not a bot, but they're just completely false, you know?
Now, how many times have you shown up to meet somebody and you found out it was completely different than what you were expecting?
Just one.
Okay.
One. And he was super nice. He wasn't catfishy, but he was really like, and I think at sometime through the date, I asked, like, how much porn do you watch? Like, because I couldn't even get through my first drink without him speaking, like, so, like, dirty and bad.
Yes.
And I was like, that's not...
run. I immediately run
like,
from those.
I was just not okay with that. And I don't know, like, and he was nice, you know, when we were chatting online. Handsome, great job. But, you know, we get there and he's just going, and I'm just like, oh man, like, I'm ready to go. Like, this is not okay.
It's so awkward to have to try to leave too.
Yeah. And I did ask, and I was like, how much porn do you watch? Like, this is not, it's not okay.
Yeah, there's a time and a place, and you kind of have to figure out what that time and place is. When I get text from people from the site, they're all over the place. Some of them are sweet and short, to the point. Others are very sexual right off the bat, and they'll
do that.
Yeah, so you can kind of start feeling the personality of somebody through their text. Were you able to feel that through his text?
No.
Interesting.
No, he was real, and I think that's why. Like, he knew. I think he knew. Like, that's obviously has to be like a pathological behavior of his, where he would, like, reel people in, take them out to dinner, and then see who's going to take it, or test boundaries. And, you know,
Absolutely.
I think he was testing boundaries, and I wasn't having it.
So at this point, what would be your ideal arrangement?
Probably once or twice a month. I want to meet with somebody, and I see that there.
You should go for somebody that's out of town.
See, like, I mean, I gotta get more tips from you guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, go for somebody that's out of town.
Amy likes that. She actually prefers that, I think.
See,
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I just don't want somebody that's, like, super
regular.
Well, you're so
needy.
busy.
Yeah, I'm crazy busy. So
See, and that's mine. Like, I have a career, I work, and, you know, I don't want to have that commitment throughout the week where I'm like, oh, I gotta check in with, you know, so and so, or have dinner tonight and then Friday. Like, I would prefer somebody maybe once or twice a month, or even like a getaway or staycation, just so that we can, like, you know, decompress from work and just life.
Yes.
Not
I
necessarily
have a
an
couple
allowance.
people in mind, actually.
Oh, you have friends.
Are we going to play matchmaker?
matchmaker. Yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm not looking for, like, an allowance like I think the mainstream sugar babies are. I just want, like, really good company and a great dinner, you know. I can pay my bills, you know. I can do everything by myself.
But there is
for the
something
most part,
that you
but
want.
It's so nice to have.
You want to be pampered.
Yeah, I want to be, like, I want romance, like that romance aspect of it without the whole, like,
baggage.
Yes.
You know, our comment section on our website is going to be flooded, because most men actually would prefer what she's looking for. I think maybe you need to change up your profile a little.
The sexual part, she doesn't want to do.
I need to have. Well, I want, if I can connect with somebody. And it's happening. The vibe is there, you know, and, you know, the connection, the chemistry. Like, I'm all for it. Right. I just haven't found that, because it's just lately. And
now,
the experiences I've had, I haven't
did
had
you
that.
find it on the other apps?
The other apps, I think my mindset was different. So,
Okay.
I mean,
So you did experience.
I did experience,
no.
Like, I mean, I would hook up with, you know, kids. I call them kids because the main people, oh my God.
That's so funny.
The main group that would hit me up would be like 25 to 30.
Oh, yes.
And, like, I experienced my first NDA experience this past summer, and he was young, and it was fun, but there's an expectation, because that age group wants a relationship. They want, you know, they want to do more. They want to see you more. And I'm like, dude, I don't have time for this right now.
Yeah.
Like, let's just hang out. I know.
Right.
So, I mean, that's fun. And they're, you know, they're young, they're chiseled, they're clean shaven, they smell good, they're good, you know, but I have to go halfsies on dinner. You know what I mean? don't want to do that.
That sucks. That blows. I would make that my stipulation. Be like, don't ever go half-seas on dinner. I will get up.
I'm like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, bye. Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. Yeah. Vanish. Be one of those girls. That happens. It's a legit thing. I've seen it.
Right.
Legit.
In the podcast and some of the notes that you took, you talked about you weren't aware that people were using different phone numbers.
That's
Yes.
And
that was one thing I learned.
you can probably understand now the reasoning why.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think that's what you used to talk to me first too. Or
Yeah,
still.
I use Google Voice.
Yes, so because I was trying to send him initial voice message through the iPhone, and I was like, why can't I do that? And then, I was like, let me just make a voice memo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and like you, I like to try to familiarize myself with who I'm talking to as quickly as I can. And unfortunately, from my own advice, I'm finding it harder and harder because they are using texting apps or not really fake numbers, but secondary numbers.
Yeah, WhatsApp and all those other.
I definitely would encourage people to become familiar with your local area on how you can kind of cross-reference people, how you can look them up if you do find their name, if you can look in the court records. Because when I was first on the site, like probably in my first month, I got home from golfing on a Sunday, and I thought, you know what? I want to have lunch, and I want to see if somebody will have lunch with me.
Yeah.
So I started going through, and I messaged a few people, and I got this girl that says, yeah, I'm down here. She was about 10 miles away from me, and said, yeah, I'll do lunch. Now, can you pay for my babysitter? I said, yeah, that's fair. No problem. So I'll come pick you up. She said, yeah. So she gave me this address. She goes, well, I'm already at my babysitter, so come to this address. And she actually used her real phone number. So it came up on my caller ID app, and I looked up her name. On the way there, I had to stop for gas. So I'm on the way there. I stop for gas. I look up her name, and up comes mugshots.
Oh, no.
She had just literally gotten out of jail.
That is a mess.
For drug and meth possession.
Oh, goodness. That is trouble.
So I kind of said, hey, I'm sorry. I've got an emergency. I'm not going to be able to make it. And then she blew up my phone. Like I was using my real number at the time.
Oh.
Because I had just gotten on the app. I didn't learn all these things. I had to learn them the hard way.
Did you have to change your number?
No, I blocked her, which you can block her.
Yeah,
That's right.
you can block
You can
people.
block,
But they still have your number.
That's what, you're saying.
And they can call you off as somebody else or
well,
something?
that, and my number is also associated with my businesses.
So, you can definitely get exposed that way.
Yeah, so I learned very quickly, that may not be a good idea using this number. I was so naive when I started.
That's where I am too. That's why when I listened to it, I was like, oh my gosh, like what have I been doing?
Right. So now, if I can, I certainly go into court records, or I just type in there. If they have a unique name, I can type it into Google and see what I can find. Now, if somebody named Jessica Williams or Dan Smith, it's going to be very hard to find that person.
Right.
But a lot of times they're going to be on social media. They're going to be on Facebook. They're going to be on Instagram. And when I type in those names, a lot of times they use the same profile picture.
Yes.
Really? They do?
On their Facebook.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you
guilty.
use your...
Guilty.
Oh,
Guilty.
So even
I need to change it.
Change it.
I gotta change
it. I would use pictures. On my profile, I actually, I don't have social media for one of any kind.
Wow.
Amy's.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I live under a rock.
What?
Literally live under a rock.
That's not bad though.
So, but even then, I still will take specific pictures. I'll take different pictures that nobody else has.
Okay.
And then I'll use those. And I always keep them private.
Oh.
Put them private.
Okay. Nice.
Because you don't want people to somebody.
Well,
I don't know,
another thing is sometimes I used to be able to do this, but I haven't been able to do it in a while, is I can click on somebody's picture and then right click and it'll say search for this image in Google.
Yeah. Reverse
Stop
search
it.
it.
They
And
have it
so-
available
Dead
now
serious?
like that?
Yeah. And so it'll search Google for that picture, and sometimes it'll pop up, and there they are. Now I've got their name.
Yes.
I know who they are, what they're at. And honestly, about 90% of the time, it's fine, and I'll go forward with the date or
Right.
go forward with pursuing meeting them. But a lot of times, I will find mugshots.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Happens more often than
You never know
not.
what you're going to find on there.
Yeah. Now, if they got arrested for a DUI or something,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be as concerned. But now if I see
Given
something a lot
then-
worse, then I've got to be very cautious or basically just
Did you
turn
do
the other
any
way.
reverse searches on me at all?
No, I didn't actually. No. Well, we kind of never
Usually,
got to that
I
point.
think like he's to the point now where he's so experienced. Well,
You can
he'll-
kind of sense that in
Yeah.
the initial
Yeah, he'll-
conversation.
Yeah, you
would
didn't give me any
imagine.
red flags, and you seemed very upfront. And then
Yeah.
you sent me that voice message quickly, and
Yeah.
and that was that.
yeah, and I didn't really feel any need to have to like vet you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was good, but I would definitely immediately put those pictures. To
Thank you.
private.
I love that. I'm getting like so many more tips
Yeah.
in here.
Definitely. And then, like, what do you have in your profile?
As far as what?
Just like, what's the description?
Oh my gosh. Like your
as you-
height and stuff? Like, are
Okay,
you talking
you-
about like
No, you have that. Yeah, that's on there. But I'm talking about your
like
actual
the bio?
Yeah.
or-
So like seeking, you have. I
can't remember. I'm-
I'll read it for you. I have it right here.
Go for it. Let's do it.
I was reading it on the
We're
way
gonna
here.
tweak this for you.
Yeah, you guys have to help me
So,
out.
all right.
Do it.
Okay, it says you're Latin Hispanic. Children prefer not to say. Slim, 5'4", and gentlemen.
Fun size.
Yeah, I would love to introduce you to this lady. She is fantastic. Not a catfish for sure, but about me, it says open-minded, free-thinking individual who's ready to have new experiences. I'm not interested in compensation for role-playing or being involved with an open relationship with any couple. I have a feeling this evolved. That wasn't your original
It was.
profile.
It wasn't original. It has evolved.
I do enjoy a nice glass of red or dinner where I'm able to decompress from my work. And then what you're seeking is pretty short and sweet. It says
Yeah.
looking for great companionship, arrangement,
Yeah.
staycations and dinners, drinks, transparency, and honesty a must.
Perfect.
I would say
What should I do?
Get rid of the open-minded.
Okay.
You are open-minded,
But not to the-
they're gonna interpret that as somebody
Well-
who's like sexually open-minded.
And
like,
it's pretty much implied that most people on
Yes.
here are open-minded.
Yes.
Just to
Oh,
be,
I
Yes.
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the whole like
Yeah, to
just
be
being
on
on the site.
seeking,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
so
fair.
I would say, let me read you my profile.
Yay, I want to hear it.
Oh, I want to read this too.
Yeah.
You're not on the site currently,
I'm
so
not
I
on
don't
the site.
I can't
so
just pull
let
it up.
me, you two talk while I pull this up. I got to sign back in.
Yeah.
Is that a big problem though when people post on their they don't look like their pictures? That's scary too for us too with men. Like you could tell with some of the profiles I've come across, like this picture was in 1995. Like this is not okay.
I did meet somebody recently who said that when he showed up, he was 80. She basically made him leave. I feel so bad for the guy. I said, I feel terrible for that guy. She goes, yeah, but you don't do that. Like
Yeah.
he represented that he was in his 50s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was a huge difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah, and I talked about on an episode where I met a lady where she sent me pictures of where it says she was 50, and then when I showed up, she was 60.
Oh my
Now,
goodness.
10 years, unfortunately, for a woman and
can't
that
stretch
age
that.
is quite a difference. And so there was just like this instant. I just wanted to turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
I didn't. I can't be that rude.
Oh.
I'm too nice to
Did you
people.
treat her to a nice dinner at least?
No, we had drinks and
good.
funny story. We had drinks and we had and I talked about this. So this is where the server walked in and I'd been ghosting her. So I was now dealing with two situations.
Oh my goodness.
But afterwards, the older lady says, "Well, I just live 10 minutes from here. Can you take me back to my place?" And
Oh, my
I'm thinking,
goodness.
okay, I'll give you a ride. It was a little warm
Yeah.
out, so I gave her a ride over, and it was a really cool apartment complex. It was mid-century modern. They just
Ooh,
redone it,
yeah, those are
and
nice.
I'm in remodeling and construction. So she says, "Well, do you want to come inside and take a look at it's really cool?" And I go, "Well, I don't really have time." She goes, "Oh, just come on anyway." I did.
Oh no, you got sucked in.
Oh man, this story gets worse.
I got to hear this. Let's hear
I
it.
had no desire to be
There.
in her company. So anyway, I walked in there and I'm looking around. It was pretty cool. And she's talking to me and I'm sitting
He's
on the
already
couch.
laughing.
And she says, "So do you smoke marijuana?" Because I just went to the dispensary. I got my medical card.
Oh goodness.
And I was like, "Well, no, not really." And she goes, "What about edibles? You do edibles?" I was like, "I haven't really tried that either." She goes, oh, I got some. I just picked them up at the dispensary. Here, you can have them. And she literally just hands them to me, a package of edibles. Well, it wasn't one edible. It was a glob of edibles. They were gummies, and they'd melted in her car. So it was one big glob.
Oh, my
Hey, we ate
goodness.
those.
Well, I'm getting to
Did we eat those?
no.
Oh,
this was
no.
long before I met you.
my
So
goodness.
I said, okay. She goes, yeah, just cut them up. There was 6 in here, so just cut them in 6 pieces, and you'll be fine. Like 10 milligrams each or whatever. So
Oh my God.
I'm like,
lot.
okay. And she goes, so we're talking, and the conversation's not going anywhere. I don't want to be there. And finally she says, you know what? I still think you're stuck on your last girlfriend or whatever, and you don't have any interest, so why don't you just leave? I'm like, okay. So I left, and about 10 minutes later, she is blowing up my phone again on my real number.
Yikes.
Another reason why.
Another reason why, yes.
So
You're convincing me
she's
more and
like,
more not to use my number.
I can't believe you didn't pay me for those. What do you think I'm on the site for? You think I'm just made of money? You should at least offer me. And I'm just like, holy cow, this lady just shoved those in me. Here, take these.
And now she
And
wants
so I said, okay, well, I will turn around and I'll bring them back. And she goes, oh, I don't want them back. You've been drinking, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, hey, I'll pay you for it. I'll just come back. What do you want for it? I don't even know how much this shit costs. Just tell me. I'll give you the money. Anyway, she just wanted to vent, I guess, because she just went off.
She
So
just had a bad day.
I blocked her number. I go home, and I
goodness.
got this gummy blob at home, and I'd been curious. I kind of wanted to try them anyway. So I get out my knife, and I cut it into six
A little credit card,
portions.
dice
Like,
it
let
up.
me just get in this.
And I partook of one section that night, and, it wasn't too bad.
No? Did you sleep good?
I did. I kind of slept.
Now he does it.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
That's
I-
not too bad.
I'll do maybe
all the
one
time.
every couple weeks, just before bed. I can't
Yeah.
do that anytime except before bed. I
Oh
get
no!
nothing
I used to
then.
get them blazed.
Oh.
I used to
no.
get us.
No, no, no,
we used to
no.
get so
She's exposing you.
messed up. Like during the day, he'd
Oh
be
my
like, "We gotta go to
goodness.
work," and I'm like, "Let's just get high."
Yeah.
She's
like, "We're not working today."
Not today. Not today.
Yeah, very bad influence, Amy.
Horrible influence.
No.
It was so much fun though.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it is. It's
No,
great.
I never really partook of that in high school, college, because we grew up in the war on
Yes.
drugs era,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it was
marijuana
so bad.
Marijuana
I
bad. But my
know.
mom had breast cancer, and she started doing a lot of researches on actually the healthy benefits of it. And then when I found out that nobody actually dies from an overdose of marijuana,
You're like, it's
I went,
on.
okay, well,
Let's go. Let's not hit the bong.
all right. Yeah, so that's kind of the story. So that old lady was my first real marijuana experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Holy cows and jelly. That sounds really fun.
All right, Amy, let's hear your bio. I'm so
right.
curious.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So basically, this is. I have tweaked this thing. I actually need to retweak it. It says so positive. You want to stay as positive as you possibly can, right? Like I have a very playful side. That's the side that I try to like when I'm going out with people. That's when I usually try. Marcus over here, and he hangs out with me every single day, so he gets to see all of me. But it's it's good. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. We
Right.
talk about everything, and we just really enjoy each other's company.
Good.
So this is how it goes. About me. Hi, I am thrilled to be giving this a try and finding the perfect man to occupy my free time. I'm 5'3", somewhat athletic, as I do.
Somewhat athletic.
Somewhat athletic. Somewhat athletic. Yeah, like I have an athletic body, right? I have.
Okay.
I
haven't seen you really. You have just
Right.
been sitting
No,
Like,
there.
that's
it's
pretty
not-
accurate.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a decent body. I don't have to work out like a bunch.
Yes.
I'm one of those genetically just really gifted people. Anyways, so it's kind of awesome. I like it.
I'm like, I don't know how old you are, but like after a certain point, like it's just,
It does. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. But I'm constantly moving. Like I'm
That's
always
good.
on the go.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I have other my own like
She's
business.
got a pretty high
and-
metabolism.
That's good.
Yeah,
so
and
you
so
were
it's-
just busy all
Yes,
the time.
busy,
on your
very
feet.
busy. Yeah, constantly.
That makes
going.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's see here. I strive for a healthy balance. I love to laugh. Entertainment events such as sports, classical music, jazz, galas, festivals, low key concerts. Now, be very precise about that because, like,
the concerts I like, she won't go to.
Yeah. So,
like what?
So that's where we're different. Like, that's why, like, I'm just all about him. I'm like, go find those young girls, do it because I'm about, you know, for me,
She's a homebody.
I'm a homebody a little bit, yeah. And I like low key, like Paul Simon. Like I like the old stuff. And if I were to go to a concert, man, I haven't been to a concert in years. It would have to be like a real country concert, bluegrass, or
You haven't been to a concert in that long.
oh God, I hate concerts.
Oh my God.
She has crowds and people.
Yeah,
she doesn't do well with.
I don't do. I actually, I really don't do well with crowds or people.
And
I mean,
I do, so that's kind of why she encourages me, like, go get one of your other girls to do that.
So how
Go
many do
find
you
some.
have, like, typically?
Typically, I would say on average 3.
You have 3 right
so
now in
Amy
your roster?
and I met a year and a half ago, and it was pretty sexual in the beginning, but it has turned more into a working relationship.
Oh, that's
and
good.
so we're almost like an old married couple.
Basically,
Yeah,
I just let
who
him.
sleep in different beds now.
Oh my
Basically.
gosh.
Yeah. So
Do you guys live together?
No.
No.
No,
You guys just work together.
Yeah,
and
she-
essentially
Yeah,
do
we
She
like
helps
hang
me with my
out
businesses.
and-
That's
yeah,
great.
I help him with his businesses, and we hang out and we talk. Like I can't go a day without talking to him.
Yeah.
I literally call him at 6 a.m. every morning.
Oh,
Pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome.
Every morning on weekends, no matter what, I can't like go a day. I literally cannot go a day. without
That's so
talking to
awesome
him.
though that you found each other though on the site initially, and you had this connection. So I guess it's kind of a success story as well.
My other sugar daddies like that as well.
Yeah,
my gosh.
he's very
So-
similar.
So you have like both of you have 3. At
well,
least.
No,
and so
Do you have 2? And
she doesn't like to do a lot of things, and I do. So I'm pretty much
We just
forced.
don't like the same.
Yeah.
All the same things.
Yeah. If we were married, we'd kill each other. We really would. But it's beautiful because this relationship, she can go her way, I can go mine. I can do my thing, she can do hers. And so we're not fighting about.
right. There's a
why
common
don't you-
understanding.
Yeah,
There's
why don't you go do
communication.
And
this
we
with
actually,
me? And-
we're really, really open. Like, I think that allows us to be extremely open
See,
as well.
and that's
there
what
is
a lot of
there is some sexual stuff that happens, and it's pretty good.
Hey, that's
Some
always
girls
good.
can't.
Remind me
they
when.
can't shut up. Oh my god,
You're slacking on it.
Whatever. I don't.
You're
think
slacking
so.
on it, Amy.
Okay. Listen,
Wow, you went beat red.
this week has been hard. Okay, just chill out. All right.
He's like throwing
Jeez.
some like cues out there. Like, oh,
No, it's fine. We have a lot going on.
There are things that I can do that other girls can't. So don't. Yeah. So it's
At least I told you that.
oh my!
Look what you started,
Oh,
Rayanne.
geez.
I know. I did not mean
All
to
right,
instigate this.
All right. Let's. All right.
No, so back to the question of how many. I would be happy if I could just find one.
Right.
But it seems to me that
Well,
I
not one, but two.
like one additional.
Two.
But I have 2 to 3 at any time. But these aren't like regular. Like I might see them once or twice a month, or
Yeah.
or just
They kind of all have their own thing going as
Yeah.
well. Because he
sure.
has he has such a busy life. I mean, he's constantly doing stuff. I mean, he's got so many jobs, like so many different companies that
Yeah.
he's like working with.
You wear a lot of hats, and
Yes.
But like the Eagles are in town tonight. I'd love to go
I
see
know.
them.
I saw
But
that.
I could probably text about 4 or 5 different people and ask them, and
They would.
basically basically the first person that would say yes, that's the one that I would take.
Right.
Yeah. And he becomes really as you can see, even just from meeting you today, like he's really easy to get along with.
Yeah, absolutely.
it's-
Super.
You don't
super chill.
feel like you're just kind of like,
No.
oh yeah, I want to hang out.
Yeah, there's
with
no
him.
pressure. We just go have a good time, and if
Whatever happens.
Whatever
happens.
yeah, if the mood
happens.
hits us, then we might have some bedroom fun. If it doesn't, I'm not demanding of that, and I don't
Right.
actually request that. It's
No,
just
most of the time they actually take
Yeah.
you in
Do
there.
they?
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
sometimes I just
yeah.
don't like. I don't even feel like it. I'm just worn
Yeah,
out that
he's
week.
Like, I'm
Literally.
tired.
I just want to go have
Just
a
want to
nice
go have a movie or something.
go have a nice dinner. Let's just
Oh,
enjoy
you
our
can't do
conversations.
movies with him. That's
You go to
me.
sleep.
That's me.
Oh, you're
the
my movie girl?
You're the movie
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went on this date with this girl and she was like, "Oh, I'm a homebody." I was like, "Nope, she's she's not
Yeah,
allowed."
she had homebody in her profile, and Amy's like, nope.
She's like, nope, you
I-
have one already.
I fill that role.
Yes, that
oh
is
my god.
that is exactly it. I said no. I said I don't know. Anyways, he tried convincing me, and I was like, no.
You're like, no thanks.
And she has one other main one,
Yeah.
and maybe a couple, but you go out to dinner and see a couple of times, but there's no intimacy with those guys.
No, I guess you're absolutely right. Yeah, there's two of them. There's two others. They're not sugar daddies to me. They are just.
But even though you met them on the site.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, they are actually.
But they don't financially help you.
They don't. They are mentors.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
much
that.
like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they actually,
That would be
one
awesome.
of them is like in the same field as I'm in, and he has probably some of the biggest connections in the world.
So that's a great networking
and I'm just like,
window.
Yeah, you never
That's
know who you're going to be
awesome.
introduced
I know,
to.
and
Exactly.
that's so awesome.
It's really cool.
So
It's a
she
lot of
uses,
fun.
I wouldn't say use them, but her benefits are
Definitely don't use them.
future, maybe future opportunities.
You just pick their brain and learn.
Actually, like I more often than not, I'm like a shoulder to cry on for them.
You know, a lot of those people I've run into want just a conversation.
Yeah.
A real conversation.
Exactly.
And it's not
And then they
like-
want to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, just go like have
genuine
a good time.
fun, not
Yeah.
necessarily this artificial stuff that's like what we see on the mainstream,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
on the websites and stuff. But yeah, I've had one gentleman that paid me just to have a conversation.
Yeah.
A real conversation. Like, how was work?
Right.
How was it? You know?
That's valuable to
it's
me.
really
That's
good.
actually
And he
worth a
paid
lot
me
to
for
me.
it.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, you didn't have to pay me for that. He was like, nope, that was your time. Like, you know, that was your
Yeah.
time. And I was like, oh, okay. I appreciate it.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
what we've talked about many times on this podcast is that it's not all sexual.
Right.
And people get so they're so they're so obsessed with that. They're like, how much? And it's
Yeah.
like, no, like that's not what it's about.
Right.
Like
Yes.
it's not just about that. Like, yes, for me, like I have so much going on and I am going to school full time. So it's
Awesome.
one of those things where it is nice to have somebody to take care of me.
Right.
He takes care of me. My other sugar daddy takes care of me. They both like are in this. They're just perfect. I love them. I really do. I love them both like so much.
And I've actually met her other sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Have you?
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys all broke bread and everything?
Yeah.
So
Doesn't
back
matter.
to what we
So
were
back to
looking
your
at your
profile. Somehow we got distracted from your profile.
Okay.
No, but people do want some just a real conversation, and that's okay. That's totally okay. It's
Yes.
human.
Yeah. Very human.
Yes.
All right. So I go into what I like, right? And
Right.
then I go into aspects of that I find that I know that people think about me, right? And
Right.
what they say about me. So I am very trustworthy, kind, genuine, and an honest person. I'm very laid back, yet incredibly career driven, which brings me to my next part. I'm not looking for a hookup or short fling. Definitely long-term seeking and open to more if it happens. Okay, I am focused. Sorry, squirrel.
Are you getting
I
hit
know.
up right now?
Yeah, I
Oh
am.
my God.
Oh, it's
Okay, so
nonstop.
let's see here.
Trust me.
You just reactivated your site, your
Yes,
profile.
I did. Let's see here. I'm focused on my career goals and trying this type of dating for a reason. I do not want to be an SB forever, and unlike most girls on here, I'm working towards goals for being more self-sufficient.
Okay.
Let's see here. So, and then I go into, I am working towards, let's see here. No, I'm in a position in life where I deal with high profile business men and women and find I'm attracted to their demeanors. Let's see here. I just cannot cross that line when it comes to business and personal relationships. So here I am hoping to find a gentleman of top caliber. So with that, like I'm not wanting that puts it out there because I've had people come to me and ask because I work for Marcus. They've asked me at that as well. So like that throws that off the table. Women, I think like us that do have something to offer, they will actually try to hire you. Like JB said the other day, like he hired. That's how he
hired somebody.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there looking for that.
That's really interesting.
So you want to like be as clear as possible. Like this is not a work relationship. This is purely fun. Like that should, what I think it did, I don't know, you could tell me, Marcus, but what I'm trying to do there is like, listen, I have limited time. I'm trying to say I have limited time without being like, hey, listen, I'm only available X, Y, and Z. Like I want to meet you first because then there is a lot of guys that they want to be really catered to. So it's hard to find the ones that can, it is hard to, you're absolutely right. It's very hard to find the ones that are open to just certain times. You know,
Yes,
whatever.
yeah.
Without trying to just use you for sex.
Exactly.
And I don't know what magic is in her profile, but it seems very genuine, and she is meeting the caliber of men that you would definitely want to meet.
So I need to be your friend so we can do happy hour.
Right. So then at the very end, so you go into, so how I do it, I go fun, a little bit more serious, back to fun.
Back to fun. Ended on a fun note.
Ended on a fun note. So
Yes.
it says my ultimate goal in life is to build a successful company through hard work, playing smart, learning from my mistakes, and dedication, then retiring on a sailboat and traveling the world. I'd love to hear what your aspirations are. Send me a message and tell me a bit about yourself.
Oh, so it leaves it open.
And I think the reason men respond so well is on this side is because most of them are business owners, and they have made money through hard work, making the right moves. And for her to express, I am interested in that.
Right.
It gets men excited because we want to share our knowledge. We had a guest on our last episode, and we talked about the old fable of I'd rather teach them how to fish so that they can make money for the rest of their life instead of me just giving them money. I'll help them get started,
right?
But I want to mentor them, and I think that's the women that are really finding success on the site.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, buy me stock. Don't buy me this.
Exactly, yeah.
Teach me how to invest.
Right.
Exactly, yeah. And I've had people like offer that as
I'm not
well,
opposed to that either.
Right.
I'm like, dude, am I going to be rich in 10 years? That's great.
Why not? Yeah. So that's kind of basically, that's what it says about me. When it comes to what I'm seeking, now I need to change this part. This is the part I struggle with, is this, like, when it comes.
What are you looking for?
When it comes to them. So I put in there, like, I use
the adjectives.
Adjectives.
Yeah.
So sorry. Like
the adjectives.
Okay. Adjectives. Okay. So I use a lot of adjectives because I want that to be like very, like, you have to be this.
Yes.
I will not settle for anything less. So if you just say successful, there's like,
what's their definition of success?
Yeah. What's theirs? Yeah. So
I did have one guy say, I'm successful. I'm like, where do you work? I'm the manager at Carvana. I'm like,
yeah,
we're good.
For sure. Yeah, I'm telling you, it happens. So I say, I am looking for a highly successful individual with a dynamic personality.
Oh, that's good.
Happy, healthy, classy, humorous, and genuine. And I hope to find someone who's interested in a long-term situation, as I do not want to be on here much longer. I do want to have fun and create an escape together, as our chemistry is natural and very easy to be around. Please feel free to message me if my profile has piqued your interest. And please be willing to meet for coffee or tea sooner
than later.
Yes, for tea sooner so I know you're real. No time wasters, please. That's the hardest part, is trying to freaking eliminate those damn time
the pen
wasters.
pals. The pen pals, right?
God.
Like the constant, let's just chat.
But even then, like, there's so many profiles that, because I always read the profiles, there's even so many profiles then that will say, I'm not a time waster. And yet they are.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
Oh, for sure.
It's just they're just trying to lure you in, right? So anymore, I usually wait for people to message me and then I'll read their profile. But that's how I do it. So I would definitely.
I need to tweak mine for sure. You got to help me.
Well, I mean, it's just a matter, you got to, like, it's taken me a long time to get to that point. And it just like.
So how long have you been on the site?
On the site?
It's 2018, I believe.
Yeah,
so you're like the OG, one of the OGs before it was like super normalized.
Big, yeah. And I, it just, I don't know, it just kind of happened, really. I was just tired of dating losers.
I know. And there are out there.
I was so tired of dating losers.
Yeah, halfsies. I'll pay you next time. I'm like, why?
Right?
Why?
Yeah. It just was horrible. And I was, at that point, right now I'm in a transitional phase in life where I get to reinvent myself. And I was deep in my career then. And I mean, I was making, I myself, like he said before, I myself could have been a sugar mama. I was for a while. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't know. So anyways, but I just wanted to date somebody of even more top caliber, because I get this thing where I'm like, anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh, so you're competitive.
Oh, absolutely. I want to, Brian had said on
The great love
the
debate.
great love debate.
Yes.
You know, he was like, oh, well, you can't meet, well, but you do want to meet someone. And I'm like, well, that would have to be a pretty, like, that person would have to
Do some real big things.
Yeah, real big things. But even then, I feel like I would eventually get bored. That's my problem.
You get bored?
Which
is why you have your two.
Yes. Yeah, because I don't believe that one person, I don't think it's
We kind
fair.
of fulfill different roles in your life.
Exactly. And I don't
And
think
that's totally okay. I mean, that's what that's for.
it's so much pressure on one person, though,
Isn't
to be
it?
perfect.
And
it's
the
like,
expectations
Yeah.
and the constant efforts and the climbing up the
and
path.
it's sexually, when it comes to the sexual stuff too, like there's stuff that he can do that somebody that the other guy can't, and the other guy can do some stuff that he can't do, and it's really nice. And they just kind of they kind of love me. They love me and let me love them, and I guess I do a good enough job. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're keeping you around for a reason.
Somebody has thrown me.
Well, Rayanne, it's been a real pleasure having you.
Yes,
Hopefully
thank you for
got some
having
good
me.
information today.
I know, and I learned so much.
And we'll keep discussing afterwards.
Yeah,
Keep-
for sure.
And then
for
keep
sure.
listening to future episodes. We're gonna
absolutely.
And I want to have you come back. I want a progress report.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll
it would
do
be really nice to. It would be really nice to see
Yeah.
just kind of like what
Where I'm at.
after your
tweaking.
the tweaking. Yeah, to see what we can do.
For sure.
So thanks everybody for listening today. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. We are everywhere. We're getting lots of messages on our website now at secretsofasugardaddy.com. I've got a few guests lined up that have contacted me there, so we're really excited. And you can listen to our episodes there also. For now, we'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.